Alright, folks, we're going to go through a solo playthrough of Ultra Quest. This is a game that is kind of feeds off of the Hero Quest old game. It's very similar in the layout, and it has that old dungeon crawl feel to it of those older games. It's a little more in depth than Hero Quest, but it's nowhere near in depth as something such as Gloomhaven or Imperial Assault, in my opinion. Definitely not Gloomhaven. Some people might be able to make an argument about Imperial Assault, but um, I've already got everything essentially set up for the start of the game. I'm not really going to go through that too much. Basically, you need to choose your character. You need to choose your quest. The quest will tell you how to modify the various decks if they need modified. You choose your boss that you want to fight, and then you choose your deck of threats that you want to fight. And I've basically just chosen the recommended um, decks to start the game with, and that is Bulks the Belch Lord as the boss, and the threat deck of the Frox, which are basically his minions. He's a frog person or creature. And then the quest I've decided to do is the Search. It was just the first one I grabbed out of the box, and it seems like it'll be not too terrible. Um, but we basically this mat is one of the Kickstarter. It wasn't exclusive. Well, maybe it was. I don't know if you can still buy it or not. But basically, there's mat. Otherwise, it's just a board that folds out. But I'm a sucker for neoprene mats. So um, essentially, you just pick a room at random and put your stairs token in there, and it'll go over the there's little triangles like indicate where the features come out when you go into a room. This is where something is going to be, and you just place it accordingly. And then I have to get my figure. Should have done that first. There she is. And we'll put her, we'll stick her right there. And I have chosen to be, that'll focus. There we go. Marine Duval. Top left is her defense value, so that'll get subtracted when something attacks her. If they are inflicting damage, if she is trying to resist damage, then this does you do not do armor and or defense. You just cancel it with successes on your die rolls. The top right's her total health. She has all her stats. Why is that out of focus again? Focus. There it focuses. Uh, down there below her portrait on the right is the range, and that's the range for her beckoning stance. I can exhaust one of the altar die as long as it's that gem looking die there. And I will choose an enemy within range, move that enemy up to 3 spaces toward me. So she's essentially a tank. See all her stats there that go with the various tests, and she has 2 starter items. She has Marine's Blade, which is a big broadsword, looks like. Range 1, so when it attacks at range 1. As an action, she can do an attack. And she can also exhaust a fire altar die to deal 1 damage to an enemy within range. And then she has the Spiked Shield, which is also range 1. So as an action, she can discard an armor token to deal 2 damage to an enemy within range. And then in order to get an armor token on this Spiked Shield, she would have to exhaust a gem altar die and gain 1 armor token. So that's my starting, and I start with a certain number of cards here. I'm going to make sure. The one thing you have to make sure you do is pull out. There will be. So these are your hero cards. You notice the line in the middle there is white. There are cards in the deck that are gold, and those are your upgrade cards if you're playing the campaign. You will need to pull those out if you're not playing the campaign. Well, you need to pull them out whether you're playing the campaign or not, but they only come into play if you are playing through a campaign. But this is just going to be a one-off scenario. So I'm going to shuffle these up, and then I believe I draw a hand of 5, but I need to verify that real quick. Thought I had already done that. Face down to draw 4 cards. Okay, I was incorrect. So we'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Put that deck back there. And now I have, go through this real quick. I have Using Shadows, range of 3 as an action, and it's ongoing, so when I play it, it stays out in my area. Play this on a hero within range. I am a hero within my own range of 0, so I can play this on myself. I can that player can then use move up to 3 spaces and gain 2 armor tokens, or I can exhaust it with the swirly altar die to gain 1 armor token. Then I can exploit surroundings. I can take a search test. Then each character in my room gains 1 armor token, and then I can use an armor or a gem altar die to discard 1 armor token from each enemy in the room. And this is an action, so I would just essentially play this and take it as the action, and I do either one of those or both. Then we have Ferocious Arc, has a range of 1, so I can play this as an action out of my hand. I can do an attack. This attack targets each enemy within range, so I essentially can hit multiple enemies. And then I can expend a fire altar die to deal 1 damage to each enemy within range. And I believe when it says deal 1 damage, that ignores any armor or a defense they have, but I will have to look that up here shortly. And then I have Duval Warcry. It is a feat. I essentially will just play this, and then I will test purple. What charisma, I think is what that is. For each success, either gain 1 armor token or discard 1 armor token from an enemy within range. And then for a swirly altar die, I can deal 1 damage to an enemy within range. So that's my hand of cards. That had a range of 5, so I can. That's pretty ranged. I don't want to call it an attack, but a buff, debuff, I guess. So that's my starting hand. Now I've done the search. So basically, the search, if I can get this thing to focus, yep. Here's the rules, and the other side here is all the flavor text, along with the setup. So it essentially says, since their appearance, the altars have attracted more than just power-hungry schemers and vile monsters. Legendary artifacts that have remained hidden from the world for centuries are also drawn toward the magic that emanates from the altars. It is common belief that all relics and enchanted weapons are originally empowered by the hidden altars. You cannot leave these items to be found by evil forces. It goes through the setup, which I've already done, and then the back of the card is basically it goes over what happens. If I can get this to focus again. There we go. So if there is a 1P, so anytime you see P, it's the number of players, so 1 times 1 is 1. If there is 1 quest token on this card, and each hero is on the stairs tile, the heroes have found the artifact and win the game. So basically I have to get a quest token on this card and then get back to the stairs. At any time, a hero may discard any number of clue cards they control. And then when we get to the quest activation phase, or the quest phase, this card will activate, and each hero who controls a clue card must either discard 1 focus for each clue card they control, or do a resist test against the moon with a difficulty of 3. If there is 1P, so that's 1 times 1, if there is 1 quest token on this card, each hero must draw 1 threat card. When we draw threat cards, that's when enemies spawn, essentially, or traps, but mainly it's just enemies. And then I have randomly chosen the Drowned Altar, which is here. This is the altar we are searching for. And and this is when the quest phase activates. Each hero may discard 1 card to change 1 altar dice to a result of their choice. Each hero in the altar's room may discard one focus to draw one card. And then if there is any of the water, blood, altar die there, a symbol, each hero must either discard one card or suffer one damage. And then each enemy suffers one damage. So it's kind of a it can hurt us, but it also hurts enemies, it seems like. All right, so to start the game, we also have to roll all the altar dice, so I'll just do that here. And we have a water, we have a fire, we have 3 fires, which is good because we have a ability that we can exhaust to deal damage for the fire. And then we have a swirly, which I recall seeing somewhere on one of our cards, I believe. So now I have basically everything set up, and hero takes his turn. The first thing I would do is I would unexhaust any cards that I have. Obviously, the first turn of the game, I don't have any exhausted cards. I would unexhaust them, sorry. But then you have these nice little reference cards here that give you what you can do on your turn, and then the other turns as well, what happens. I'm just going to leave that up here. And then I have 3 tokens up here. They will essentially just remind me of how many actions I've taken. I can only take 3 actions on my turn, and then, or each hero can only take 3 actions on their turn, and then you proceed to the next phases. So on the hero phase, I can move up to 3 spaces. That is orthogonally or diagonally, which is fine. I can play a card, so I can play a card from my hand that has a card action. I can take the interact action on a card that is already in play, which is going to be features that are out on the board or cards that I actually have put out into play. I could... card action is action on my cards down here. Play action cards is where I will play a card out of my hand. I can draw a card from my deck. I can rest, and that will allow me to discard a supply to heal 2 damage. You gain supply when either you successfully disarm a trap or kill an enemy. There are other things that will cause you to gain supply as well. But that's how you could discard that, by taking a rest action to heal 2 damage. Or I could channel, and I can gain 1 focus and change 1 altar die to a result of my choice. So I would gain a focus token. We'll go over those here shortly, but they are basically ways to, you remember from the search, I'm going to have to discard 1 for each clue card I have. I don't have any clue cards at the moment, but I should very shortly here. So those are the things I can do on my turn. I take 3 of those actions. I can do multiple moves. I can do multiple interacts or whatever. I'm not limited to just 1 of each, and it's entirely up to me. All right, so the first thing I think I'm going to do is I do need to explore a bit. So I'm in this main room. I don't really have, there's nothing in here aside from me coming down the stairs. So I think what I'm going to do is I will take a move action. So I'm going to flip one of my tokens here to the dark side to indicate I'm taking that action. And I can move 3. So I will move 1, 2. Now there's a door here. Opening a door is a free action, and it will allow me to put out one of these door markers here, and we will look into the room. I just have to get one of these door frames out here. All right, so I've opened the door. As soon as I open the door, now I do have 1 movement left, and you can interrupt a move to open a door. You can't really interrupt a move to do anything else outside of just opening a door because it's free action. So I can't move to attack and then move another one. I have to take my full action, but the opening of a door is not really a free, or it's not really an action that would interrupt that move. I believe. Just let me double check that. No, I was wrong. Scratch that. So that's my move action. opening the door does interrupt it. So I open the door. So now, essentially, we have to go through the revealing a room uh, sequence process. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a feature card off the top of the deck, and you will see we have drawn the Mystical Mirror. And this says activate, and this will activate when the quest phase goes through. A hero adjacent to this feature may gain 1 armor token. That's good for us because we use armor tokens a lot. And then we can interact. If we take the interact action, we can do a search test for charisma. I believe that's what the purple is. For each supply gained during this test, choose a hero in this room to gain 1 armor token. I can choose myself. So I'm just going to put my mirror over here. And then we get the mirror mini, and there's 4 arrows here. One has a sort of an arrow, one has no, this is like a double arrow, I guess, and then a single arrow, and then 2 grayed out arrows. So the magic mirror, or mystical mirror, takes up 1 space, so it's going to go on the double arrow. If it was 2, it would sit on the double arrow and the arrow, and then if it was 4, it would take up all 4. But it's going to go right there, looking at me as soon as I come into the room. So that's step 1 of the reveal room. We drew a feature card. Then we draw a quest card. So we're going to draw the top quest card of the deck here. And it says, it's a storage room. A welcome sight. Stocked shelves. A welcome sight, stocked shelves. Someone went to great lengths here to stockpile a random assortment of various goods. It's slightly dismaying to see how much, if not is not useful to you, or not easy to carry, but there will still be some usable items. So when revealed, attach this card to this room's feature card. Then each hero may place 1 search token from this room's feature card on this room's feature card to draw a search card. And then when it activates, a hero adjacent to the attached feature may draw a card from the clue deck. Then if a hero takes control of the clue, discard this card. So I will take this and I will slide it right up under the altar here. So when revealed, I will place a search token on this room's feature card. I will place it right there, and that will allow me to draw a search card. And I will draw a search card, and I have found a potion of agility. I can consume this. I can use before rolling dice for your agility test, and I will gain +2 die for that card, for that test. And that's an item. It just goes out into play here. And then we'll slide that back down. Now, the last thing I do is I draw a threat. So I go to the Frox deck here. Excuse me. And I have found a trap. Muck stakes. The difficulty of this trap is 4. That's in the top left there. That means, in order to disarm this trap, interact, I can do a task. And the difficulty is 4. So I basically have to get 5 successes in order to disarm this trap. Otherwise, it'll trigger, and it triggers when somebody moves within its range, and that's range is 1, which is the top right. It will inflict. It will do it. Everybody will have to do an inflict test that moves within a space of that in that range, with a difficulty of 4, which means it will be doing 4 damage essentially. And since it is inflict, you will take into account your defense and your armor. And then you can activate it. Each character in this room gains 1 threat token and must resist with a difficulty of 3. Resist, what is the orange? I don't know. Range? I'm not sure. If there are no characters in this room, draw 1 threat card and discard this card. So basically this thing's going to go off. It's emanating this stuff. And you'll notice that there's a little yellow gem right there in the center, right above where it says muck stakes. That indicates essentially the color of the trap. So we have these different trap tokens here. And we can just put 1 down. But, and this card is going to go in my threat area up here. This is where I will deal with any threats. I think I have That might be in the expansion. Yeah, I think that's in the Kickstarter extras. I actually have a mini for that, but I don't have that box out at the moment. So the traps will go in an adjacent space next to the feature of that room closest to the hero. So there's that. Now, I have two. So that was basically the whole thing of revealing a room. I now have this threat I have to deal with. I also need to get in this room and start doing things. But I'm afraid, because that inflict. I'm rolling 3 though for that, so I feel pretty good about doing that. An agility task though, I only rolled 2 dice for that. And I don't want to get one shot at it. But I have this potion of agility, which I can spend. Let's do that. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Action number 2 is going to be another move action. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to move her in here 1 space. And as soon as she moves in there, turn that door that way, she's going to trigger that trap. So we go back to the trigger here. And it's going to be an inflict test of the orange attribute. And the difficulty is 4. Or the difficulty is 4. So we'll go back to Marine here. And we'll see her orange stat is 3. So she's going to roll 3 dice. She also has 1 armor in the top left. So I will take 3 dice. And I will roll them. And this is the trap inflicting damage on me. Okay. These are 3 successes. Which is fine. So what we do here is the trap is going to, the difficulty, or the number of wounds the trap is inflicting to me is 4. So we roll our die. That's a success, so that blocks 1. That's a success, so that blocks the second one. That's a success, so that blocks, oh, you guys can't see that. There. These are successes. That's a regular success. I rolled 3 of them, so I block 3 of the damage, and then since I have 1 armor, or 1 defense rather, that blocks the 4th one from the inflict test. So I do not take any damage from that. Now, as my third action, my final action for the turn, I need to try to interact with this to disarm it. It is an interact 1, which means the number, well, let me pull it up here so you guys can see it again. The interact 1, that means it's range 1, so I have to be basically right next to it in order to do this. And then I do an agility task, and the difficulty is in the hexagon in the top left of this card, which is 4. So I basically have to get 5 successes in order to successfully disarm this. Now, I go to my agility. My agility is 2. So I'm going to take 2 dice. But then I'm going to use my potion of agility that says use before rolling dice for your agility test, and I gain 2 bonus dice for that test. So I will use that, discard it, and now I've got 4 dice that I will be rolling. And I'll try to roll it over here so you guys can actually see it. Hopefully we get some good stuff. Oh, we do. Okay, so I have 2 successes that are regular successes. I have a success. If I can get that to focus there, kind of, maybe. I don't know. I have a success and a focus. And I have a critical success. That's what the star around the success. So what that means is, if anybody's familiar with Zombicide, that's essentially a burst. So that counts as a success, and then I re-roll it or roll another die that I have, which I will do so right here. And I got another regular success. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, which is more than the 4 that I need. So that's good. And then I also have a focus, so I get a focus token, and each player, just one of these little focus tokens, these can essentially be spent. So if I already had a focus token and I rolled this die that has the focus token, I could turn that focus into a success by spending a focus token. So that would be 2 successes. But I will choose to gain a focus token instead. And each player can only have a maximum of 5 focus tokens. So I did disarm this trap. This trap goes away. It comes out of my play area here, and we'll just start a discard pile here somewhere. And then I will get a supply token for disarming it, and that's those tokens, one right there, that you basically spend to add a die to your roll, or various other effects to heal for the rest, etc., etc. So I've taken all 3 of my actions. Bring these dice over here. So now we go on to the next phase, which is the threat turn. That's where I would resolve any threats that are in my threat row. There are currently none, so nothing happens for that. Then we go to the villain turn, and I go to my villain card, and it's Balks. There's a villain card for Balks the Belcher. I don't know if I'll be able to get it to focus or not. A little bit. We do the activate on that card. So each hero must either discard 1 focus or discard 1 supply. And then if there is a altar die that shows the water symbol there, each hero must either discard a supply or suffer 1 damage. Now it says suffer 1 damage. That means I just take it. I can't ignore it. I just eat it outright. So we will... each hero must either discard 1 focus or discard 1 supply. And then, because there is a water altar die there, I have to discard 1 supply or suffer a damage. So I guess I'm going to choose to get... Well, yeah, I'll choose to get rid of the focus for the first part. Then I'll choose to get rid of the supply for the second part, to ignore that. Now, he used that ability, so we take that altar die and we re-roll it. And it's the 3 wavy symbols, or wind. Now we draw one of his villain cards, and it is called Concealing Flatulence, and it is an event, and it says each minion gains 2 armor tokens. Each hero with no minion in their threat area must draw a lurker card. I do not have a minion in my threat area, so I must draw a lurker card. So I draw a lurker card, and it is a Raglan Brooder. It is a minion. It has 2 defense, 4 health. It has a movement of 5, and it has a range of 1. When it activates, it will engage. It will do an inflict agility test on me at 5 damage. Oof. If usable. If unable to, he will engage, which means he moves, and then does an inflict test of 4 with, I'm guessing that's range. I'm not sure what the blue is. Ignoring range and targeting the farthest character. That's interesting. And then if there is a gem die there, it will deal 1 damage to each character within range. So that goes into my play here. And I need to spawn that guy. So I got to get my... There she is. She has a special little minion here. Wait, that might not be her. That's not her. That's the boss. We don't want the boss. I'm just going to use one of these guys. Even though that's not her either. But that's what I'm using. One of these little minions. And that, in each of these rooms, there is a darkened square that has like crumbling tiles. That's where the enemies will spawn. So now the villain phase is done. Now we do the quest turn. That's where we do the activation on all the quest cards. So we go to our search, and it says activate. Each hero who controls a clue card must either discard one focus for each clue card they control, or do a resist of the moon, resist test for the moon symbol with three difficulty. If there is one quest token on this card, each hero must draw a threat card. No quest token on the card, and I have no clue cards yet, so that is done. Then we activate the altar. Each hero may discard one card to change one altar die to a result of their choice. Each hero in the altar's room may discard one focus to draw a card. I do not want to discard any cards at this time. And then if there was a water symbol, then each hero must either discard one card or suffer a damage, and then each enemy also suffers one damage. So that does not happen. And then we go to the Mystical Mirror. Activate. A hero adjacent to this feature may gain one armor token. I'm not adjacent to it, but I could interact with it. And then it says activate a hero adjacent to the attached feature, which is I'm not, so I'm not going to draw a card from the clue deck. Then it's back to the hero turn. Basically, all the heroes would take their turns, and then we would do the threat, the villain, and then the quest turn. So it's back to me. Let's see. Do I want? I don't really have range. Well, I can't do that. What I should have done is discarded a card to change one of those dice. Look at my cards here. Oh, wait a minute. I believe I'm supposed to re-roll those altar die. Let me back that up one moment here. I could be wrong, but let me it might have been the previous game that I played. Where's that at? It would be the quest turn, but it doesn't say to do that. Is it on one of the threat cards? No. So maybe it does not happen. It must have been the other altar that I had. Alright, so I don't do that. Alright. What do I need to simultaneously first thing I need to do is move. But do I want to play a card? Yes. Okay. I'm going to play, so for action number 1, I'm going to play this using Shadows card. On a hero that is within range, I am within range myself, so I can play it on myself. Um, and then I can use it. I can move up to 3 spaces and gain 2 armor tokens, and then I can also exhaust the card by gain 1 armor token. So this will go into my play area here. And it's an ongoing, so it stays there. Now when I use it, I need to see if that causes it to go away and be discarded. Must discard the card to resolve the effect. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll first exhaust it, so I can exhaust it and use it. I'll exhaust it. I will gain an armor token. And then I will re-roll the swirly, and that gives me a diamond. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And then I'll use this to move up to 3 spaces and gain 2 armor tokens. So I'll gain 2 more armor tokens. And then this will be exhausted. And I can move 3 spaces. And I will go 1, 2, 3. Or will I? Yeah. That way I'm adjacent to the mirror. So that was action 1. I am going to... I will exhaust my Beckoning Stare by using the altar die that we just re-rolled as the gem. And that will move an enemy of my choice within range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I use within range. To move 3 towards me. So I can go 1, 2, 3. So move the guy right up there to me. And then I have to re-roll this die. And it's another wind. Now, so when you exhaust something that's not an action, you just do that. Now I believe I will just attack this guy. First, I'm going to exhaust Marine's Blade for a fire symbol, and it deals 1 damage to every enemy within range. He's within range, so he takes 1 damage. Then I will attack as an action. And so I attack with the red, and I have 2 dice to attack with. I need to actually... Oh wait, no, I used the fire. I gotta re-roll that first. It's a diamond. I don't want him to be able to do that. So I'll have to use that shortly. Can I use that on a card? No. Alright. I'm attacking. 2 dice. I have 2 successes, and then I got 2 focus tokens. 2 successes are ignored by his 2 armor. But I do get 2 focus tokens, so I'll take those 2 focus tokens. Those will be useful later. So that was a wasted attack. However, I can exhaust this by using this gem to gain another armor. And then I re-roll that gem. And it's a fire. And then I can take the action to discard one armor token to deal 2 damage to an enemy within range. I will discard one of my armor tokens to deal 2 damage to that, and that's just deal. Does that ignore, though? Let's see. That's a good question. Deal damage. It is important to note that when a character or enemy suffers or is dealt damage, it is not reduced by their defense or armor tokens. Those are only used for attack or inflict tests. Okay. So he just eats those 2. So now he has 1 life left. I have 1 more. Oh no, that was an action to do that. So that's my 3 actions. So now we go on to the threat turn. And so now I have this Raglan Brooder or Blooder in here. When he activates, he will engage, which means he will move and attack. He does not have to move. His range is 1, so he's already adjacent to me. He will do an inflict agility test, so that's 2. He's doing 5. So I feel okay about this. So I'll roll 2, my agility. I have 1 success and 1 critical success, so I will roll an additional die for that critical success. I rolled a 2nd critical success, so I roll another die for that one. I rolled a 3rd critical success, so I will roll another die for that one. And I rolled a focus token. Now, I have 4 successes and a focus result. I have 1 armor, or 1 defense rather, so these 4 plus my defense will cancel out his inflict agility damage 5. So that's all I need, and I gain a focus token. So I'll gain a focus token there. And so that's his activation. Now, if there was a diamond altar die, he would be able to deal a damage to me within range. So every character within his range. And I would just have to eat that. I couldn't block that at all. Now we go on to the boss phase, and we do the activate on his card again, which says each hero must either discard 1 focus or discard 1 supply. So I will discard a focus. And then it says if there were a water altar die, then I would have to discard a supply or suffer a damage. There is no water altar die, so I'm okay. And then we draw one of his cards. And it is the infamous Croak of Bulks in his event. Each hero must activate the enemy in their threat area that is farthest from them. Each hero unable to activate an enemy this way must draw 1 lurker card. So that means this Raglan Blooder activates again, and it's another inflict agility test, so I'm rolling 2. I get 1 success and 1 success and 1 focus token. So what I think I'm going to do is I will take that 1 success to block 1 of the 5 damage, so I've got 4 left. I have 1 defense, so that blocks another one. I have 3 left, and I will use my 3 remaining armor tokens to block those remaining 3. And I get a focus token, so I'm up to 3 focus tokens now. So that was the villain phase. Now we go to the quest phase, where we activate the cards from left to right in the quest line here. And it says activate each hero controls a clue card. I do not, so I don't have to worry about that. The Drowned Altar. Each hero may discard 1 card to change 1 altar die to a result of their choice. Do I want to do that? I don't think so. These are all really good cards. I'm not going to do that. There is no water symbol here. I still feel like I should be re-rolling these altar dice when the quest turn comes, but I cannot find anything in here that says I'm supposed to do that. It must have been the previous... Must have been the previous altar that I was playing with that did that each turn. During the quest, you activate each card in the quest area from left to right. Yeah, it must have been. I think because it was the unstable altar, which would make sense why it would always change the runes each time. Then activate. So the magic mirror. I am adjacent. A hero adjacent to the feature may gain 1 armor token. So I will gain an armor token. Then it says a hero adjacent to the attached feature may draw a card from the clue deck. Then if a hero takes control of a clue card, discard this card. I believe I will do that. So the clue deck is down here. And I have found some ripped fabric. When revealed, a hero may take control of this card. While adjacent to the altar, you may discard this card along with a matching copy of this card, ripped fabric, to place 1 quest token on the quest card. So I will take that into my play area here. And then this card gets discarded. The storage room gets discarded from under the mystical mirror here because I've used it. Now, that's the quest deck, or quest turn. Now it's back to the hero turn. So I get my 3 actions redone here. I unexhaust any exhausted cards I have used. And I take my turn. So, first thing I will do is exhaust this and use the fire altar die to deal 1 damage to any enemy within range, and that's this Raglan Brooder, and that will give him 4 damage, which kills him. And that was a lurker card, so that goes over here. And I get a supply for killing a minion. Then I have to re-roll this altar die. And it's a water symbol. I need to get rid of that so that he doesn't activate that thing up there. Do I have anything I can do to activate that? Get rid of it? No. I would just have to channel. All right. Well, oh, he's gone. Put him off to the side here. I can do a search. I kind of feel like I need to keep moving. But I kind of need more. I need to go to another room. Let's do the search. We'll do the interact on the mystical mirror, and it's a search of the purple, which I believe is charisma, so it's 2 dice for my stat. And it says for each supply gained during this test, choose a hero in this room to gain 1 armor token. I'm probably not going to do that. So there's already 1 search token on this quest card, which means the difficulty of the search is 1. So basically, one of my successes is already being canceled. But let's see what happens. I have 2 successes. So one of those is canceled by the search token that's already here. Then I have a success which allows me to draw a search card. So I will do so. And it is a Potion of Might. And used before rolling for my attack test, I can gain 2 extra tests, or 2 extra dice. That's going to be useful. And then, since I searched, I put a second search token on the Mystical Mirror, so now it's even more difficult to actually search there. I was hoping to get some more armor. I guess I could have spent the supply to roll an additional die, but I'm not going to worry about that. So that was one interact. I think I just need to get moving and try to get through all this as quickly as possible. So what we will do, we'll take a move action. We'll go 1, and there's another door. We will open the door. Before I go reveal the room, let me double check that movement. When a figure moves, you can not only move a number of spaces. Cannot move through a wall or a closed door. Once a figure begins its movement, it must complete it before resolving another effect. Heroes may resolve, and use effects during their movement, as well as opening a door without ending their movement. So I was reverse what I said earlier. I moved 1. I'm going to open the door, then I have 2 movements left. I can move into the room. So the first thing we do is reveal a feature when revealing a room. Hey, look at that. Altar found. Place the altar in this room and discard this card. So that gets discarded as a feature. I haven't discarded any feature cards yet. Now I gotta find the altar. There it is. And it'll go right there. It's a big 4. So I found the altar, but now I have to find a matching ripped fabric. But the altar is very close to the exit, so that's a good thing for me. So now, search card. We draw the next search card. A strange fatigue. Weariness settles in. It could be some hex, or it could be simply be natural exhaustion. Whatever it is, it must be tended to if you hope to continue the journey. There's no time to make camp, so you must dig deep for the resolve to continue on. You cannot rest until you find what you're looking for. When revealed, attach this card to this room's feature card. Then each hero must either discard 1 supply or resist an attack of 4 damage. Activate. A hero adjacent to the attached feature may draw a card from the clue deck. Then if a hero takes control. So this is basically the same thing as before. So it says, and discard this card. So, oh, wait. I messed that up. That altar card is supposed to be in the bottom 3. And I think I grabbed this deck and shuffled it accidentally. So that's not the altar. Let me just redo this. There's 3 on the bottom. So the actual feature is not the altar. It is a fungal patch. Activate. A hero adjacent to the feature may deal 1 damage to an enemy in this room. And then I can also interact with it if I'm next to it by performing a search, orange search. For each supply gained this test to deal 1 damage to an enemy in this room. So there's the fungal patch, and it'll be right there. And then this goes up here, and it gets the, when revealed, must either discard 1 supply or resist a 4 attack. I think I'll just discard the supply. And then we have to do a threat. So that altar should not have come out. Basically, the setup for this quest is you take the altar card, you take 2 other feature cards, you shuffle them, and then put those 3 at the bottom of the feature deck. So it's going to be one of the... I've got to do a lot of searching in order, essentially. So I draw a threat, and it is a Frox Bogmancer. No defense, 5 health, 4 move, 6 range though. And when it activates, it does an inflict moon test of 5 damage. targeting each character within range. If unable to inflict, it engages and rolls 2 non water dice in the altar pool, then gains an armor token. And then for a water dice, it can use that to inflict a blue 4 damage test, targeting each player. So this guy's pretty powerful. Frog Bogmancer, and that is one of these guys. And so again, the gem in the middle is red, so I grab the red Bogmancer, and he spawns in the shadow space, which is there. And he's in my threat, and then I finish my move of 2, 3. So one thing to note is that you, when you move through a door, you have to move orthogonally through it. You cannot move diagonally. You can trace range and line of sight diagonally, but you cannot move diagonally through the door. You can also, when you're tracing line of sight, only see to the space opposite of the door. So if he were trying to trace line of sight to me, he would only be able to see me if I was right here. If I was here or here or here or here or here, he would not be able to see me. And that's also if you're looking through. You can only see to the other side, the other space. I believe that's how that works. I may be wrong on that. Anyways, so I am actually adjacent to that mushroom. See, he's going to attack me without moving, unless I beckon him. But I can't beckon him enough. I don't even have the thing to beckon him with. I need to hold on to that. I need to use. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to. Gain 1 focus. I'm gonna have to channel. I think this is my best bet. I'm gonna channel, which gains me 1 focus. I get a focus token there. And I change 1 altar die to a result of my choice. I'm going to change this, the blood here, to a thing of my choice. And I think it's going to have to be that. It's going to have to be the gem. That's my last action. And now we activate my threat line here. So that's the Frox Bogmancer. He activates. He will inflict 5 damage from a moon test, targeting each character within range. I am within range. He has range 6, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my moon is just 1, though. This is going to hurt probably, but we'll see. 1 success, so I block 1. So I take 4. I block 1 of them. So I have 1 success. Sorry, you can't see that. So I have 5 coming in. I block 1 with this success, so I have 4 coming in. I block 1 with my defense, so I have 3 coming in. I block 1 with my armor, so I have 2 coming in, and I take 2 damage. So I now have 2 damage. I'm down to 12 health from my 14. There was not the water die in the pool. Um, so we're good there. And I'm okay. So that was the threat. Now we do um, the villain, which says to activate, each hero must either discard a focus or discard a supply. I will discard a focus. There is no water die, so I do not activate his other ability, but I do draw the next card. And it is Acid Reflux, and it is event. The hero with the fewest cards in their threat area must resist a agility 4 test. Each other hero must resist a blue 3 test. So it's obviously going to be me. So I do a resist test of agility, which I have 2 agility. Now, since this is resist, I don't use my defense or any armor I would have. It's just a straight out die versus die roll. And it's 4. And I have 1 focus and 1 critical success. So I will roll a second or a third die. And it's a regular success. I will spend a focus to turn this focus into a success. So now I have 3 to the 4. I take 1 wound. And that's the villain. Now I go to the quest phase. Each hero controls a clue must either discard 1 focus for each clue card or take a test. I will discard a focus for the clue card I have. Then the drowned altar. Each hero may discard 1 card to change an altar die. I'm not going to do that, and there is no water die to do the other ability here. Then the mystical mirror. Each hero adjacent to this feature, which there is none, so that doesn't happen. And then the fungal patch, which I am adjacent to, because you are diagonally adjacent to it. Each hero adjacent to this feature may deal 1 damage to an enemy in this room, so I will deal 1 damage to the Frox Bogmancer. And then a hero adjacent to the attached feature may draw a card from the clue deck. Then, if a hero takes control of a clue card, I discard this card. So I will. Nope, that's the clues down here. I will draw a clue card, and it says it is a sense of dread. I may do a blue resist test with 4 to discard this card. Look at the bottom 2 cards of the clue deck, choose 1 to resolve, and shuffle the other back into the clue deck. Otherwise, discard this card and draw 1 card. So, otherwise discard this card and draw 1 card. Oh, draw 1 card in my hand, my deck, not a clue card. Okay. My blue is 2. And I don't feel very confident in being able to actually do this. I mean, it would be. I don't have the altar out, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. I will just discard this. Otherwise, discard this card and draw a card. So I will discard it. Is that the... No, that's the clue card. And I will draw a card from my hand. Okay. Okay. But I did do this, so this clue or this story card goes away. And now it's back to me as on the hero turn. This gets unexhausted. Now, I can't really do a whole lot. Well, I can do this. I can exhaust this fire die to deal another damage to the Bogmancer in the room. And then that gets re-rolled. And it's a fire circle, which nobody can use, so that's... I guess that's not terrible. I think what I'm going to have to do is I will have to exhaust the diamond to do my beckoning gaze to pull him 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. Then that gets re-rolled, and it's another spinny fire circle. I moved it. I flipped it when I moved it. Can't do that. I can't do that. Then I'm going to, my first action, I guess, is going to have to move. I'll just move 1. Second action is I'm going to have to attack. Oh, wait, could I even do that? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. I could if I move first. So I would have moved first, then I would have done my mystical thing to pull him here. And now my second attack, or my second action is going to actually be to attack. And I get 2 attack dice. I'm not gonna use my potion of might yet. I'm just gonna use the 2 and hope that I can finish him off. Critical and a focus. So I re-roll another one. Regular and a focus. So I've got 2. Which he's taken 2 damage. Do I have another one that can... I will take the 2 focus. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the 2 focus. So he has 4 damage. He has 1 life left. For my final action, I'm going to search the fungal patch here. And it says I'm going to interact with it. And it says I take an orange search. And for each supply gained through this test, deal 1 damage to an enemy in this room. So my orange is 3. So I take 3 dice. There's no search tokens already on this card. So I need at least 2 successes. 1 success for the search card, 1 success for an extra supply, which will deal damage to him. And I have 3 successes. So I get 1 search card, and it's a discarded pack. It's event. I gain 2 supply and discard this card. So I will gain 2 supply and discard this card. And then, so that's that, or let me move this out here. So that was that, the search card. Now for each additional success, I gain a supply token. So I gain 2 supply tokens. And then this says, for each supply gained during this test, deal 1 damage to an enemy in this room. So I would deal 2 damage to this Bogmancer, which is enough to kill him. So he goes away. And then I get a supply token because I killed him. So I have 5 supply tokens, and it's probably the max I can have. I want to say that it does not say. Maybe it's I can have an unlimited number. I believe that's the case. So I have plenty of supply tokens. That was my last action. I killed the guy in there. So that's my hero turn is done. I would activate my threat, but there's nothing here. So then I go to the villain, and each hero must either discard 1 focus or discard 1 supply. Actually, I think I'll discard a supply. And then I draw a villain card, and it is Toxic Tactics. Each hero must either discard one supply or do a orange resist test with 5 successes. Now, I would roll 3 dice for this, but I think I'll just discard a supply. Then we do the quest. Each hero controls a clue card, which I have one. I must discard a focus for each clue card, so I'll discard a focus. Then we do the Drowned Altar. Each hero may discard a card to change one altar die. I'm not going to do that. And then I am adjacent to the Fungal Patch, so each hero adjacent to this may deal 1 damage to an enemy in this room. There is none, so I'm not going to do that. I did do the search there, though, so I do have to put a search token on the Fungal Patch. And then it's back to me for my turn. So I believe what I will do is I'll just continue on here, and I'll do a move action. And I'll go 1. I'm going to open that door. And we reveal a room. So we draw a feature card. It is the Alchemy Desk. Activate. A hero adjacent to this feature may heal a damage, so that's good. And then I can interact with it for each supply gain during this test. I can heal a character in the room can heal 1 damage. So that'll go there. I need the Alchemy Desk out here. There it is. And they are right here, so that guy's going to go right there. And then we do a storyline card. So it's Prepared Defenders. Even before pushing the door open, you hear sounds of preparation and battle shouts. The rustle of weapons or armor soon follow. The advantage is lost. However, there is nothing to do but continue on. The search is far from over. When revealed, attach this card to the room's feature card. Each enemy drawn when revealing this room gains 2 armor tokens. That's not good. And then when you activate, we can do the same thing where we get a clue card. So we'll stick this under here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the 2 armor tokens out, and we're going to do a threat card. It's a Frox Raider, and he has 1 defense. He's going to have 2 armor tokens as well. He will have 6 health. He will move 5, and he has a range of 1. And when he activates, he engages. He does a inflict might attack of 5. If he's unable to, he engages and just gains an armor token. And then if there's any water out there, he will engage and inflict a ranged attack or magic attack with 4 damage. So he goes into my threat. He gets these 2 armor tokens. They go right there. And now I have 2 moves. Oh, he's got to go out there. He is the green Frox Raider. And he actually comes in right over here. Spawns. And now I have 2 movements left, so I can go 1, 2. So that was action number 1. Oh. All these got unexhausted. They should have at the start of my turn. Now. We'll inflict 5. Suppose I could have pulled him into my room, or into that other room, and used the fungus there to sort of do some damage. He would move 5. He would go 1, 2, 3, 4. He would just make it inside. But I really need to be up there and search. Let's see here. think I'm going to have to do is try to kill him quickly. I think I'm going to have to try to kill him quickly. Alright. So action number 2 is going to be another move. Kind of just need him to come to me, but alright, here's what we're going to do. Because he can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to be adjacent to me no matter where I go. Alright, so I'll just move up here for 1 action. Then I am going to have to burn a feat card, and this is a free action. Because the only time you would actually take the only time it takes an action to play a card out of your hand is if it has the action. The action keyword on it. Just double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Last turn, third turn. Yeah, play action card. So the feats just there. So I'm going to play the feat card. I do a test for magic or charisma. It's purple, and it's 2. So I roll my 2 dice. I have 1 success and 1 focus. So for each success, either gain an armor token or discard an armor token from an enemy within range. I will discard one of his armor tokens. Or no, I will leave his armor token there, and I will... Nah. Yeah, I'll discard his armor token. And then that goes away. Then I'm going to play, as an action, my last action, play an action card. I will do Exploit Surroundings. I will do an orange search. Then each character in my room gains 1 armor token. And if I had the diamond, I could discard an armor token from each enemy in my room. But I don't have that. Maybe I should save that. Maybe I should save that. I don't know what else I would do, though. No, I need it, because then I can use my Spike Shield. Yeah, I'm going to have to play it. I do a search. Alright. Search 3. That's 3 successes and a focus, so I get a focus token. I get 3 successes, so the first success will give me a search card. And it's a potion of healing. And I can use it. I choose a character within range to heal 3 damage. I'll just hold on to that for right now. And then I have 2 of these, which will give me a 2 successes will give me a 2 more supply. Did I already get that focus? Focus. I'm going to say I already did, because I don't know if I did or not. I have three focuses. I'll say I already grabbed it, but maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot. And then I get an armor token. Each hero in the room gets an armor token. So that's that. I'm not going to heal, or not going to use this potion yet. All right, threat activates. So engage. So he moves 5. He will just go here. He comes to attack me. He inflicts a 5, or it does an inflict test against me for 5 damage. My inflict, or my red, my might is 2. I am going to spend 1 supply to add an additional die. And you can only spend 1 supply at a time, I believe, for each test. Let me double check that. But I'm pretty sure you can only spend 1 supply per test. Yep, only once per test. So I'll roll 1 additional die, so I'm rolling 3. I have 2 successes, a focus, and a critical success. So I will roll an additional die for that critical success, and it's another focus. So I have 3 successes. I will spend 1 focus to turn this focus into a success. So that's 4 successes and a focus token. So I am canceling out 4 of his 5 damage, then my defense is canceling out the 5th. And then I'm gaining a focus token that I just spent, which is fine. Alright, so I do not take any damage from him. But I did take damage from one of those other guys, and I forgot about the threat tokens. So for this one, for the Frox, the threat tokens say that whenever I would threats inflict test, that character gains 1 threat token. So I did that once, right? A minion. Yeah, he damaged me once. So I would have a threat token. That's a quest token. There it is, threat token. I would have a threat token here. And this says basically when I heal, I have to get rid of this because of that threat token. Forgot about that. Okay. At least I'm trying to be honest. So that was the threat. Then we go to the villain. The villain says I have to discard a focus or discard a supply. I will discard a supply. Then there's no water die. Then we draw a villain card, and it is a Noxious Presence. Each hero must do a resist orange test with 3 difficulty. Each hero that suffers damage from this must either discard 1 supply or suffer 1 damage. So it's 3, and my orange is 3, so we'll do a resist test here. I can spend a focus, which I think I'll do, to turn that focus into a success. So I successfully resist it. Now we do the quest. Here, or the quest phase, each hero who controls a clue must either discard 1 focus for each clue card to do a resist test. I will just discard that focus because I have 1 clue card. And then the Drowned Altar, each hero may discard a card to change an altar die. I feel like I should be doing this, but I don't know what. I have a really powerful card here, and I don't want to. I don't want to discard it, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to take that action, the channel, to just change it. No, I can't. I can't. These cards are too good for me to discard. I'm not going to do that. Not in the room with the Mystical Mirror. Not in the room with the Fungal Patch. I am adjacent to the Alchemy Desk, so a hero adjacent to this may heal 1 damage. So I will heal damage, but instead I get rid of that token. And then activate a hero adjacent to the attached feature may draw a clue from the card from the clue deck. I will. And it is a half scroll. When revealed, a hero may take control of this card. While adjacent to the altar, you may discard this card along with a matching copy of the half scroll. Place 1 quest token. I'm not going to take control of it because I already have a Rip Fabric. So I am just going to discard it. I basically need to cycle through here until I get this deck until I get another Ripped Fabric. So, oh wait, draw a card from the clue deck. Then, if the hero takes control of the clue card, discard this card. I did not take control of the clue card, so that stays there. Okay. And then that's the quest phase, the end of the quest phase. And it's back to me, hero phase. All right. I think what I need to do first is attack this guy. Well, first what I'll do is I'll exhaust this with this fire die to deal 1 damage to an enemy within range, and he deals damage. It ignores his armor and his defense, so he just takes it. Then I'm going to use 1 action to attack him. Do I want to do more of an attack, though? I think I will. So what I'll do is I will spend a supply to add a 3rd dice to my attack. So I need to really try to kind of go through this. I'm not going to use my potion of might yet. Too early for that. I have 3 successes and 2 focus. What I'll do is I'll spend 1 focus to turn one of those focuses into a success. So I have 4 successes. His defense eats 1 success. His armor goes away for the other success, so he takes 2 damage. And I get 1 focus back. Now, oh, I'm supposed to re-roll this. It's a swirly. Then here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play this feat card for free. Test. I do another test of the purple, which is 2. That's 2 successes and a critical success, so I roll another die. That's another critical success, so I roll another die. And that's 4 successes. So for each success, either gain 1 armor token or discard 1 armor token. I will gain 4 armor tokens. Right before I check to make sure I can have that many armor tokens. Let's look here. I would imagine there's no limit, but I just want to be sure. Or be sure, I guess. Not sure. It does not say. I do not see anything here. I'm going to go with I have an unlimited amount of armor tokens. Altars, search, trap threats, damage and healing. Yeah, there's nothing there. Alright, I'm going to say I have unlimited amount. And then I can do this to deal 1 damage to an enemy within range. So I'll do that to give him another damage. And then I re-roll this die. It's a fire. And then that goes away. I can do another attack. Yeah, I'm going to spend this to do an attack. That's 2. I'm going to roll the dice and not spend the hope that I get 3. I need 3 successes to kill him. And I don't have... Can I spend that after? Can I spend supply after? Before. So I cannot spend it after. Right now I'm doing 1 damage and 2. What I'm going to have to do is spend this to do 2. Then I'll get it back. He's going to take 1. Actually, no. I'm going to get 2. So I had 1, so I'm going to get 2. That was a wasted attack. He doesn't do any damage. But I'm going to spend a armor. My last action is going to be to use my spike shield, which says discard an armor token to deal 2 damage to an enemy within range. That'll deal 2 damage to this guy, and it'll kill him. That'll put him at 6. So that kills him. He goes away. I get a supply for killing him. He comes off of there. And that was my last action. Now we go threat, nothing there. We go to villain. I have to discard a focus token or a supply. I'll discard the focus token. Then we draw another villain card, and it's Acid Reflux. The hero with the fewest cards in their threat must do a resist 4 test. Each other hero must resist. So we'll do a resist 4 on the green, which is just 2. I'm going to spend a supply to get an extra die for that test. And it's 3 successes, so I just take 1 damage. It's a resist test, so it ignores defense and armor. So that's that. And then we do the quest. Each hero who controls a clue must discard a focus, so I'll discard that focus. Draw an altar. I can discard a card to change the die result. I'm not going to do that. Activate. We're not in the Mystical Mirror. We're not in the Fungal Patch. We are at the Alchemy Desk. Hero adjacent to this feature may heal 1 damage. I will just heal the damage I took. And then a hero adjacent to this feature may draw a card from the clue deck. And that's what I will do. Another clue deck. It's a Broken Shard. When revealed, a hero may take control. I'm not going to. I will just discard it. And that's it. Back to me. I unexhaust all of this. I get my 3 tokens back. And I take another action. I think I just need to go to the next room. The search for the Alchemy Desk is the moon symbol, and I only have 1 die, and that's not going to be helpful for me. So, you know what? I did not... The Fungal Patch one shouldn't have gone away, because I did not take control of it, of a card. So that should still be activated under there. So I can still draw clue cards from the Fungal Patch. That was my mistake. What I'm going to do is, action number 1 is going to be to move. I'll go 1, 2, 3. There's a door there. I'm going to open that door. because I need to find this altar. All right, door is open. Feature card number 1. It's a locked chest. Activate. A hero adjacent to this feature may place 1 search token on this card to draw a search card. And then I can interact. I can actually do a search with a green. That's pretty powerful. That's a locked chest. We'll just put it up here. I'll put it right there. We'll put it over here. No, we'll put it right there. Locked chest. So the locked chest is here. It's a single, so it'll be right there. Then I draw a story card, and it's a makeshift vault, very adequate for, or apropos for this room. The enemy's vault lies ahead. Motivation surges through you, knowing that answers must be at hand. When you seek, what you seek is valuable, and here is where valuables look to be kept. Now it's just a matter of finding out just what exactly the enemy values. When revealed, attach this card to the room's feature card. Then each hero who does not control a clue card may move up to 3 spaces. And then activate will allow us to search through the clue deck. Or not take a clue card. Now I have a clue card, so I do not activate. Move my 3 spaces. But we do draw a threat. And it is a Frox Muckslinger. Has a defense of 1, a health of 5, it can move 5, and it has a range of 5. When it activates, it engages. It does a inflict agility test with 4 damage. If it's unable to engage, and each character within range. Oh, if unable, then it engages, which means it moves, and each character within range gains 1 threat token. And then if the water die is out there, it engages, and each character with a threat token suffers that damage. That's not good. All right, so that is the yellow Muckslinger, and he comes in. Where is the? It's over here. Okay. I probably just need to move in and try to kill this thing. Or, because I have that card that does damage, that it does a lot of damage. Yeah, I got an idea. I got a plan. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, this is a good idea. This is a good plan. I'm glad I'm a part of it. I'm going to spend my next 2 actions as move actions. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to open this door. This is either going to go great or it's going to go horribly wrong. All right, next feature is the Blessed Fountain. Any hero adjacent to the feature may roll 1 altar die, and then I can interact with it. For each supply gained, I may re-roll a altar die, which is not bad. But then I do a story card. Oh, let me get the altar out. There is the altar, and it's going to go right here in the corner. Actually, we'll put it like that. Or maybe we'll just put it like that. That'll be all right. Kitty corner like that. Kitty corner. And then we do a search card, and it is the Swirling Mist. Someone or something doesn't want you finding what you're after. An arcane shroud hangs heavier and heavier, and now visible mists coalesce around you, trying desperately to sway you from your cause. You know you're on the right path when such resistance is blocking your path. Now it's just a matter of enduring the mystical tricks thrown up against you. When revealed, attach this card to the room's feature card, then roll all die in the altar pool. Good. I wanted that to happen. Maybe, maybe not. Roll all the die in the altar pool. Uh, mm, not good. Not good. Okay. And then we draw a threat card. It's another Frog Bogmancer. This time it's the green one. And we already know about him. He goes in my threat level, and he comes in at the shadow space here. And now that's all my actions, unless I have a card I can play, which I don't. This might not have been a good idea. But I need to find this other. I need to start searching. And I need to find the altar. Oh, I'm in the last. I'm down to the last 3. Okay. So I need to kill these 2 guys, do a lot of searching. The boss is going to come out in like 3 or 4 turns. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, 3 or 4 turns. All right, I think I got this. All right. So the Frock, excuse me, Frock's Muckslinger activates first. He has a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can hit me, so he engages. He does a agility test, which I have 2 dice for. He will just engage with me. I do 2 successes, a potential third one. He does 4. Yep. I will. So those 2 will block. He has 4 coming at me. I'm blocking 2. Then I've got 2 left. My defense takes care of 1, so I take 1. I'll just eat it from the armor. But I get a focus token, which I need. Then he engages, and each character with a threat token suffers 1 damage. I don't have a threat token, but he will use that, which is fine. He engages me again for another attack. Or no. He engages. He moves. He's got to be within 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's already 5. I don't have a threat token, so I don't do anything. But that gets re-rolled. That's silly. All right. Then the Frog Bogmancer goes. He activates. He inflicts a 5. He cannot see me. He does not have a line of sight to me. If unable to inflict, engage. So he will move 6, or he will move 4. He will move 1, 2, 3, so he can see me. And then roll 2 non-water die in the altar pool, then gain an armor token. So he gets an armor token. That's not good. And then he rolls 2 non-altar die. And I get to choose that. So what? Nobody uses these. We'll just re-roll these. And they didn't really change anything. He gained his armor token. There's no water die. He doesn't do his other thing. Then we go to the bulks here. Each hero discard a focus token or a supply. I'll do a supply. Then we draw a villain card. Tongue from the Dark. Each hero must do a resist might 4 attack, or resist might 4 difficulty. Each hero that suffers damage this way must either exhaust 1 equipment card they control or discard 1 supply. My attack is, or my might is 2. I'll just try it. 4 difficulty. I've just got 2, so I suffer 2 damage. And then I have to exhaust an equipment card. I'll exhaust this. Then it's back to the quest. Each hero controls a clue card. Discard 1 focus per clue card. Drowned Altar, I can discard a card for the results. I'm not going to. I'm not adjacent to any of these, so it doesn't help me at all. But it's back to me. Alright. This gets unexhausted. I'm going to have to spend 2. Just to get there. But we'll see, which one do I want to do? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Spend another 1 to go 2. And then the last one to kill this thing. Or to attack it, rather. Well, let's see. Potion of Healing, I'm going to use first. Alright, I have 1 action left. Potion of Healing, I'm going to use first. Within range to heal 3 damage. That's going to be me. So I'm going to heal 3 of my damage. Then I will exhaust this to reroll this to deal wound to an enemy within range. That'll be the Muckslinger. And I reroll this altar die. It's another fire symbol. Then I will attack him. My dice pool is 2. Do I want to spend... Yeah, I'm going to spend a supply to add another 1. Man, I really need to kill him, though. I gotta do 5 damage. Gotta do 5 damage to him. I'm going to spend this Potion of Might to get 2 more dice for this. I probably should. I'm going to spend this Potion of Might. to roll 5 dice against him. Oof. 3 successes with 4. Well, I can spend this to change one of these into a success. So that gives me 4 successes. One of those is blocked by his defense. He takes 3 damage. But then I have 3 focus that I get. Do I have anything? I don't have anything that can do more damage to him. That's it. Alright, then these guys activate. The Frox Muckslinger engages. He will move 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he will attack me. He will inflict, do 4 a green, which is 2 for me. That's 1 success and a focus. I'll spend a focus to turn this one into a success. So I'll block 2 of the 4. Defense blocks 3 of the 4, and I take a where did I get 2 from? I should have had a... Keep forgetting about the threat tokens. Something hit me. Yeah, the Muckslinger did. Last turn. Yep. Okay. But I blocked all his damage this turn. No, he didn't hit me. Why do I have 2 wounds here? I just healed 3. He wouldn't have attacked because he couldn't. Oh, it was that thing. I would not have. That's right. That thing that resisted and damaged me. I did not have that. I did not have a threat token. Alright. But I block all his damage. Now the Bogmancer goes. He cannot afflict because I'm not within 6 range, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. Instead, he engages, so he moves 4. He'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll stop here. No, he has to go here so he can see through the door. He'll go there, and then he will roll 2 non-blue die. A little help for me. And then he will gain an armor token there. Now, the villain goes, and he will I have to discard a focus or a supply. It'll have to be a focus. And then we draw a villain card. It's a Noxious Presence. Each hero must do a resist orange 3 difficulty. And if you suffer damage, then you have to discard a supply or suffer a damage. So I need to block this. And that's 3 dice. My orange is 3, so I gotta get 3 successes here. Come on, 3 successes. 3 successes and 2 focus. So I'll get 2 focus, and I block all that damage, which is good. And then we do the quest. I have to discard a focus for each clue I have, so that's 1. The Drowned Altar, I can discard a card, which I'm not going to do. I am only adjacent to the locked chest, and when that activates, a hero adjacent to this feature may place 1 search token on this card to draw a search card. I will do that. And I have found an improvised shield. And it's an event. If I can get that thing to focus for you guys. There we go. I gain 2 armor tokens, and I discard this card. So that'll just be discarded, and I gain 2 armor tokens, which is good for me. And then if I'm adjacent, I can get a clue from the deck, and I'm going to do that. It is a broken shard, which is not what I need, so I will just discard it. Ooh, 2 broken shards back to back. Should have kept that one. All right. Now it's back to my turn. This gets unexhausted. Bam, bam, bam. I have 1. So not this turn, but the next turn, the boss is going to spawn. So I really need to kill these guys. Really need to kill them. Well, I need to kill the one guy. I don't necessarily need to kill the other guy. I can get these guys to chase me around, though. Wonder if I should do that. If I should backtrack, I could backtrack into the fungus room. I'm going to try that. All right, so action number 1 is going to be to move 3. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Action number 2 is going to be to move 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Action number 3 is going to move 3 more. 1, 2. Okay. Now, these guys activate. Engage. He moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inflicts. He can't, if unable, engage, and each player within range gains a threat token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I get a threat token. And then the Bogmancer goes. He cannot inflict. Engage and rolls 2 non, so he moves 4. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And he rolls 2 non. Man, it just keeps helping me. And then he gains an armor token. I'm not concerned about that yet. Then the villain goes. Each healer may discard 1 focus. I'll discard a focus. Then we draw a last card. Concealing Flatulence. Each minion gains 2 armor tokens. Each hero with no minion must draw a lurker card. So these guys both get 2 armor tokens. So 2 for this guy. He's going to be dead in a minute anyways. And 2 for this guy. And then with the quest activates, each hero contains a clue card. I have to get rid of a armor token. And then I am next to the fungal patch. So each hero adjacent to this feature may deal 1 damage to an enemy in this room. I will deal damage to the Muckslinger, which is enough to kill him. And his armor tokens go away. and then I get a supply for that. So he's dead. That was Muckslinger. That's him there. He goes away. Then I can draw a clue card. Falling debris. Not what I wanted to see. You may resist 4 to discard this card. Look at the bottom 2 cards of the clue deck, choose one to resolve, and shuffle the other back into the clue deck. Otherwise, discard this card and gain 1 focus. Green. How many? 2, 3, 4. Man. I feel like I really need to do this. Let's do it. Let's spend the supply to get an extra die. So I'm rolling 3 dice. Ooh, 2 successes. And one of them's a crit. 3 successes. That's what. Nope. That's not what I needed. I needed 4. So I take a damage. But I get a focus. You can't use, like, if you gain this focus, you don't gain focus until at the end of the test. So I couldn't gain this focus and then use it. You know what I mean? Man, that was close. All right. Oh, it doesn't matter. So I take the damage, but I still look at the bottom. Never mind. Bottom 2 cards. Choose one to resolve and shuffle the other back into the clue deck. Ripped Fabric, that's one of them. I'm going to choose that to resolve. I'm going to hang on to it. So that causes this to go away. And then the half scroll gets shuffled back in. Alright, so I got my Ripped Fabric. I got both of my Ripped Fabrics. Perfect. Got 2 Ripped Fabrics. That was it. So it's back to my turn. So now I just need to find the altar. Now I just need to find the altar. I think my best bet is just to open rooms as quickly as I can, then try to get the heck out of here. Alright. Action number 1 is going to be to move 1, 2, 3. Action number 2 is going to be to move 1, 2. Open that door. Feature. Come on, altar. Nope. Weapon rack. Activate a hero. A hero adjacent to this feature may deal 1 damage to an enemy in this room. And then you can search and by deal more damage to enemies in the room. Alright, so the weapon rack. Set it like so. We draw a story. Potential ambush. Something isn't right. The feeling of being watched increases with every step, and with each turn comes more and more dark corners. Too many places for an ambush, but not enough reasons to turn around. For the search must continue. When revealed, attach this card to the room's card. After drawing threat cards, each hero must do a agility test with 3 difficulty. Each hero who fails must activate the drawn threat. Ooh, okay. So let's draw a threat. It's another Muckslinger, so nothing spectacular. It's the blue one this time, and he's gonna come in right there. There is the shadow space, and now I do a 3 agility test, and I have 2 agility, so I gotta get 3 successes. Come on, 2, fail. So I activate this threat. He has a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He cannot. So he oh no, first he engages. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That, and then he inflicts a 4. So again, that's my agility here. I have 2 successes. I'm gonna lose an armor and soak up all that damage, basically, and then I will get 2 focuses. So that's him activating. There's no water. I have 1 move left. I can move here. Then I can go 1, 2, 3 for my last move. These guys activate the Bogmancer. He can't inflict, so he will engage and then roll 2 non-critical. He's going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he gets another armor token. The Muckslinger engages. He moves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inflicts. He can't, so he engages again. 1, 2, 3. And then I get another threat token. The boss spawns. Bulks the Belchlord spawns in this. I didn't think about that. He has 2 armor, 9 times, P, the number of players, so it's 1, so he has 9 health. When he activates, which he will do immediately, he inflicts 7 difficulty on the orange, targeting all players or characters within range of 9. If there are no targets within range, he gains an armor token. Then he engages. And then if there's water, each hero in this enemy's room must either discard a supply or suffer 1 damage. So he comes out here, and the space is right there. And then he activates. He will inflict 7, so I have 3. Come on, I need some good rolls. Need some good rolls. 2 criticals and a regular, so I roll 2 additional die. That's 5. So I have 5 successes. He's doing 7. So I have 2 coming in. Another one's blocked. So 1 comes in, and I block the other one with a piece of armor. And then this goes. I have to give up a focus. Or no, 2 focuses. because I have 2 clue cards now. Um, I'm not adjacent to anything, so that's it. The Drowned Altar, I can discard this, but I don't think I want to. To change that to something. Alright. If I can kill these guys. Those guys just activate. That's okay. I think I'm alright. Alright. Alright, so back to my turn. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to make a stand here and try to kill this guy. He's got 2 armor. I'm going to have to. There's no way I'm going to be able to run away. Alright. Action number 1 is going to be to move. I'm going to move 1 close. Now, I'm still adjacent to both these guys. If I understand the adjacency rules correctly. Action 2. Action 2 is going to be to discard an armor token to deal 2 damage to an adjacent enemy, and that's going to be Bulks. Then I'm going to exhaust this to deal 1 damage to an enemy in range. And it will also be Bulks. Then action 2 is going to be attack Furious Arc. I'm going to play Furious Arc. This attack targets each enemy within range, and then I can burn another to deal 1 damage to each enemy within range. So I'll do that. So I'll burn this other one. So Bulks gets 1 more damage, and then this Muck Slinger gets a damage. And then this card is done. But I have an attack, and my attack is 2. Come on, I need a lot of criticals. Need a lot of criticals. Come on, dice, don't fail me now. 2 successes. Each attack. Wait, is that 1 attack against? How does that work? Let me read that card again. This attack targets each enemy within range. So it's 1 attack that hits everybody. So it's only 2. Man, that's not what I needed. I don't have anything to burn for anything else. Well, that's two. So he soaks up, Bulk soaks up both of it, but the Muckslinger takes one. He only has one defense. Have one more action. Do I keep making my stand or do I try to run away? I think I've just got to make my stand. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Yep. Got to make another attack against Bulks. Or do I do it against the Muckslinger? I'd have to get 4 against the Muckslinger. Or get really, really lucky against Bulks. I'd need 7 successes against Bulks. I do not see that happening. It's got to be against the Muckslinger. Alright. Attack against the Muckslinger. 2 successes plus a critical. Come on, give me another critical. Nope, 3. So it does 2 more damage. And that's it. These guys all activate. Bogmancer moves his 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he gets another armor. The Muckslinger activates. He engages. He doesn't have to. He inflicts 4 against me, which is 2. It's 1 success. I think I'm dead here. Yeah, I'm just going to have to... Three, 2, so I take that and I eat 1. No. I'm not going to eat 1. I'm going to use that to turn one of these into a successes, so I'm okay. But now Bulks goes with his 7 attack against me. That's 3 successes and a critical. Come on, give me another critical. Nope. 4 successes. So I take 2 damage. But I get 2 focus. Now, what happens on the villain phase when I don't have... Oh, he just activates on the villain turn. Okay. Now the quest phase goes. I got to get rid of 2 focus or take damage. And then that's it. Now it's back to me. I'm reset. I'm just back to making attacks. Or I can try to run away. Let's try to kill this Muckslinger. I'll attack the Muckslinger. One, which he blocks. I have to attack him again. 2. He takes 1 and dies, thankfully. And it gives me a supply. That's okay. It'll be alright. He's gone. I have 1 action left. I'm going to attack Bulks. I'm going to spend my supply for an extra die. Come on, I got to get lucky once in a while. Or not. 2 successes and 2 focus. I'll take the 2 focus. Threats activate. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then gets another thing. He'll be able to hit me next turn. Bulks goes. He doesn't inflict 7. Alright, come on. I really need some help here. Really need some help. Did not get it. I can spend these 2 for 3, 4, so I'm taking 3 damage. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm at 8 damage, so I've got 6 health left. And then I got to resist a moon test. There's 1 success with difficulty 3. 2 successes, but I don't, so I take 1 wound. Now I got 5 life left. That's it. I've been forgetting to re-roll these. I should have re-rolled this twice. Forget to re-roll those. Oh, that would have helped me out a lot. Because of the Bogmancer moving. Every time he can't attack anything, he re-rolls 2 non-water dice. And I did that. I just did that once now, and then once before. Well, now it's back to me. Well, let's do this. Exhaust this for the fire to deal 1 damage to an enemy. That'll be Bulks. That gets re-rolled. It's another fire. I exhaust this for the diamond to gain an armor token. It's a water. Oh, that's not good. Then I can take an action to discard an armor token and deal 2 damage to an enemy. That's Bulks. So he's got 3 left now. 5. Oh no. 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 2 life left. I'm going to attack. I got 2 chances. Come on. I just need... Come on. I got to get lucky once in a while. Gots to. 2 successes. Nope. And the last one, I need a crit. Nope. Nothing. So that was wasted. Now the Bogmancer goes. He goes 1, 2, 3. He re-rolls 2 of these, non-water. That was a fire. Now he uses the water dice to do an inflict on the blue, which I have 2 of, and it's 4, targeting each character. You can target me through that door. That's 2 successes with 1 crit. Roll another dice. It's 3 successes, so I take... No, it's an inflict. I block all of that. But then this gets re-rolled. It's another water die, of course it is. And then Bulks goes. He does an inflict 7, which I have 3 dice to defend against. And it's just 3, so 4, so I take 3. What's that put me at? That puts me at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 2 life left. And he uses a water dice. Each hero in the enemy's room must either discard 1 supply or suffer a damage. I can't, so I suffer another damage. So I have 1 life left. And then this gets re-rolled. That's better. Then this guy goes. I have to do a resist Moon 3 attack for the quest for the altar. This is where I die. Yep, 1 success. I take 2 damage, and I'm dead. Wah, wah, wah. Almost made it out. I think... Well, I didn't find the altar, but... I think I probably should have ran and not actually tried to kill Bulks. I think I had the right plan. But I think I should have ran and tried to find the altar and then just gotten out and not worried about trying to kill him. It's probably where I messed up. Most likely. All in all, it's a fun game. I enjoyed it. I like the altar dice, the way that plays off to, how you can exhaust cards or takes other abilities. Same thing with the enemies. I did forget about the threat tokens quite a bit. The dice are pretty unforgiving. It is very random. I had a lot of mitigation, a lot of ways to mitigate that at the beginning of the game, but then at the end where I'm just trying to focus on doing one task like killing something, I don't have a lot of ways to mitigate that. I never took the action to allow me to draw more cards, which I probably should have done, but it's just draw one. You just draw 1 card. What would have been the next card on my deck? Exploit surroundings. Would have gained me an armor, allowed me to search. I would have searched. I would have found Potion of Charisma. So before the purple test, I would have been able to do that. I burned that Potion of Might or whatever it was, which probably would have helped me a lot trying to kill him. But I kind of felt that I had to burn it at that point in time. I think a big key is ending your turn adjacent to these features, so you can take use their ability, their activate abilities. For searching. I did that somewhat at the beginning, but then at the end I really didn't do it that much. Well, I couldn't there. So I couldn't move back through here because an enemy was always here. You can't move through enemies. And when you go through a door, it has to be orthogonal. You can't go diagonal, even though you can chase line of sight diagonally through them. So one thing I didn't go over is Bulks. Basically, he has no move value. So if you look at his card, on the bottom left, like on the opposite side of where the 9 for the range is, there's no green square to indicate his speed or his move ability. That's because he is huge and he essentially just teleports to wherever he needs to be. So if he if he cannot do his inflict attack at the beginning, he will engage, which basically means he teleports to within range of wherever he needs to be, and then he gains an armor token, or he gains an armor token first, then he engages. The dice didn't help me when attacking. I really needed some critical hits there at opportune times, which I did not get. But other than that, I think it was a fairly successful run. I did enjoy it. Looking forward to playing with more players. I want to see how that changes the dynamic. So basically, when you do a room reveal, rather than you basically reveal a threat for each player. So there'll be multiple spawns or multiple traps or a trap in a spawn or whatever that players will have to deal with. And then obviously Bulk sort of had a lot more health if there were more players, but I might have been the group composition might have been enough to make up for it, to overcome his 2 defense. I feel like if you play with 4 players, you can potentially, if nobody takes a search card, you could potentially search a feature or get a clue card on 4 times to like cycle through them, I guess. But you're probably gonna somebody's gonna take a search clue card. But once you get that first clue card, and you're looking for the second copy, the second room you go into, you've got 4 chances that turn. That you have 4 chances at the end of that round to find that card. Then it's just a matter of going through and getting to the bottom of the feature card deck to get to the altar. So you could find it pretty quickly. But then somebody's going to be spending focus tokens a lot. That's the other thing. Anyways, so this was basically the base game. There's also a campaign mode, a story mode you can kind of go through. Haven't really read into that much. But this is a fun game, and I am looking forward to playing with more players. The 3D miniatures are great. I need to get the expansion box out for the traps, so they're not just those little colored tokens. But other than that, it's a fun game. Only 5 dice. You can only ever roll 5 dice. So keep that in mind. When you make a test, you can only ever roll 5 dice. That's your max. So you can't like load up on dice to basically try to one-shot Bulks here. It's doable if you get enough crits, but that 5 dice limit does not affect like the critical successes. Like you can go way over that, but your initial roll of like spending supply or spending a card that adds additional dice or a potion or whatever can never go over 5 dice. But yeah, that's Ultra Quest. Thanks for watching.